be agreed to. The member for Wentworth.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Thank you very much to the Minister for your engagement on these amendments and also throughout this time on this very, very important legislation, which I would like to see passed today, as much as anyone in this House today or the next couple of days. Just in relation to the producer offset, I think I take your point that you're not going to support it, but I do think there's a case to be made here. And the case to be made is currently this is not being applied consistently. So there are some companies who are saying we want the producer offset. There are some companies, some streamers, who are not asking for the producer offset. But if you address this now, you would actually fix this going forward, rather than a situation where I expect probably over time more of those companies will be accepting the producer offset. So I don't think it's consistently yet used by all streamers or sort of expected by all streamers, and so therefore wouldn't be a part of their calculations at the current stage. And I think that is why this is the right moment to deal with the producer offsets. And I still make the case very strongly that Australians taxpayers don't expect our taxpayer money to be used to support content quotas for overseas filmmakers. In relation to the actual gamut of the sort of percentage that the government has put into this legislation, this is significantly lower, than say a country like France. So therefore, again, the industry was seeking for a much higher level, and so what this does actually, I think, by leaving it in, actually reduces that further. And so that is really the fundamental concern of the industry. In relation, you're absolutely right, it's about the netty, not the free-to-air. That's my apology, my mistake. In relation to that netty point, the point is that the producer offset is not used under the netty scheme. So the fact that it has never been, as my understanding is, it's never been applied there's no sort of part of the netty scheme where someone has used the producer offset in part of those calculations. And so what is something, it feels like we're in this case making something that is irrelevant in another scheme, we're bringing into this scheme and making it extremely relevant, and I think, unfortunately, weakening the strength of this piece of legislation because of it. So that's the argument. I appreciate all the constraints you have in terms of dealing with this piece of legislation, but I do think that these are going to be issues that come back, will be significant factors for the screen industry. And if there is any way to deal with the netty scheme to make it consistent with this, that is where I think the government should be going.
The question is that the amendments be agreed to. All those that opinion say aye. To the contrary, no. The noes have it. Noes have it.